The tiny habits you ignore today will silently shape who you become tomorrow. Watch till the end. This Zen story holds a lesson you'll never forget. Morning mist hung low over the valley as a young disciple followed his Zen master down a narrow, winding path. The air was cool and damp, carrying the scent of rain-soaked earth and pine. Neither spoke. Only the soft crunch of their footsteps broke the silence. After a while, the master paused beside a fragile green sprout peeking through the soil. "Pull it out," he said gently. The disciple smiled, thinking it was a simple task. He bent down, grasped the tiny stem between his fingers, and with one swift tug, the sprout came free. He looked up proudly, waiting for approval. The master only nodded and kept walking. A few minutes later, they came upon a small bush, thicker and more stubborn. "And this one?" the master asked. The disciple knelt again. It took a few stronger pulls this time. His hands got dirty, his breath a little heavy, but eventually the bush gave way. "Still easy," he said with a grin. The master said nothing, his face unreadable. As they continued deeper into the forest, the mist began to lift, revealing tall trees drenched in morning light. Soon, they reached a young tree about as tall as the disciple himself. Its trunk was rough, its roots thicker and firmly set into the earth. "Try this one," the master said quietly. The disciple chuckled. "Now you're testing me, master." He wrapped his arms around the trunk and pulled with all his strength. Once, twice, again. Sweat ran down his face, his muscles strained, and with a loud crack, the roots finally broke free. Exhausted but triumphant, he dropped to his knees, expecting praise. The master, however, simply looked at the fallen tree and continued walking. The disciple followed silently, confused and a little disappointed. After some time, they arrived at the edge of the valley where a massive oak towered over them. Its roots gripped the ground like iron claws, deep and ancient. "Now," the master said softly, "uproot this one." The disciple stared at him, stunned. "Master, that's impossible. I could work for days and it still wouldn't move." The Zen master smiled faintly. "Exactly." The disciple's brow furrowed. "I don't understand." The master gently placed his hand on the oak. "This tree wasn't always mighty. Once, it was as fragile as that sprout you plucked so easily. But every day, unseen, its roots dug deeper. Now, it stands unshakable." He turned to face the disciple. "Our habits are the same. When they're new, we can remove them with little effort. But if we ignore them, they grow stronger until they take hold of us completely. You think you control them, but in time, they begin to control you." The disciple lowered his head. "So, what should I do?" The master looked toward the rising sun. "Begin now. Every habit you uproot today saves you from fighting a forest tomorrow." And in that golden morning light, the young disciple finally understood. Change doesn't wait for someday. It begins the moment you decide to act. In our lives, bad habits often start small. Maybe it's losing your temper too easily, putting things off, overthinking, or getting too comfortable. At first, they seem harmless, but over time, they grow stronger, digging deep into our daily lives until they quietly start controlling us. Don't wait for the perfect time to change. That moment is now. Start small, be aware, be consistent. The habits you plant today decide the forest you'll walk through tomorrow. Uproot what weakens you, nurture what strengthens you, because your future, your peace, and your success all depend on what you choose to keep rooted in your life. Every story plants a seed of wisdom. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.